So anyway, one of the things was we went by where they tried to, what in the hell is going on?
My leg's asleep. I'm trying to flop it around. It hurts.
God, I'm glad you got your fedora on for this. If y'all could see, it's really great.
Cool hat.
Her cool hat. She had to get the goddamn cool hat on, y'all. Anyway, so tell us about the conspiracy theory.
Oh, which one? Any
well, yeah, let's start it off. I tell you what, this radio show. Welcome to it. We're going to start.
You were talking about the Velisca, and then you were like, "All right, go to conspiracy." I was like, "I ain't got a conspiracy about that." Okay, so of course everybody knows all like the really fucked up stuff that is really morbid. They had a dead baby project. Does
anybody know about this conspiracy or just you?
It's. God damn it, I ain't out here saying, hey, y'all. Hey, y'all, but got them dead babies. No, it's 12 crazy conspiracy theories that actually turned out to be true. One of them was a dead baby project. Laughing and crazy. Well, fuck man, I don't need to read that. But anyways, they're getting you started. But, take a conspiracy surrounding the Project Sunshine, for example. In the wake of Hiroshima and Nagasaki...
Wow. Would you?
The U.S. government commenced a major study to measure the effects of nuclear fallout in the human body. The government was stealing dead bodies to do radioactive testing. The government was stealing parts of dead bodies because they needed young tissue. They recruited a worldwide network of agents to find recently deceased babies and children, and then take samples and even limbs, each collected without notification. So they just took that shit and...
How did somebody know about this?
They didn't collect notification or permission of more than 1,500 grieving families.
They just took their babies.
Not their whole babies, their body parts.
Yeah.
Bad booze. During the Prohibition, the government poisoned alcohol to keep people from drinking.
I can believe that, but my Pawpaw, he just...
They adapt.
Yeah, they do, because my grandma tried to poison him one time. Our grandma. He made it, everybody.
Between 1926 and 1933, the federal government pushed manufacturers to use stronger poisons to discourage bootleggers from turning the alcohol into moonshine. That didn't stop the bootleggers for the customers. And by the end of the Prohibition, more than 10,000 Americans have been killed by tainted booze. Limiting alcohol is a health advice that doctors can agree on, but the 11 health controversies and conspiracies still divide people.
You know what? It just made our liver stronger, I believe. Seriously. I mean, seriously, look at it now. They say that, what's that drink you drink?
Fireball?
Yeah, that it's just like...
straight antifreeze?
Yeah.
It hurts my kidneys.
See? You haven't adapted?
Apparently, it's probably crystallized.
It probably is. It probably is, man. Okay, so one of the theories I wanted to talk about, is the Cold War. It's believed that the Cold War... it wasn't a real Cold War. You know how Cold War, let's go back for the definition of it, is that, after World War II, us and Russia had a race to get nuclear weapons, things like that. They call it a Cold War because we really didn't go at each other. We just kept making these things that we could go at each other. Building our missiles and rockets and things like that. So the deal is, after I've been watching these conspiracy theories for a while, so when the Nazis knew that it was going down, one of the guys who did all the graphing and mapping and one of the colonels and stuff, or however they had them gauged, he knew that this shit was going down. Actually, a lot of them in the regime of the Nazis knew that it was going down. So they prepared. There's a lot of conspiracy theories about that, but one of them is that this guy got all this shit together on Russia because he knew that America and Russia would go after each other after this war. He just felt it. So what he did was he got in touch with the U.S. and he said, look, if you pardon me, let me bring on a crew, I will give you all this information, all these pictures and stuff, where where Russia has these missiles that they're building up so that they can go after you. So they pardoned this guy. Then he brought a lot of the people over who were killing, was in charge, stuff like that, made his own team for us, okay? When that happened, everybody was like, okay, they're coming at you. So we started gearing up, man. We did. The U.S. started gearing up. We started making our missiles, things like that, because we couldn't let Russia outdo us. And then there came the technology of this one plane that was able to fly over and take all these pictures. And guess what? This was during the JFK time, by the way, guys. There was no fucking sites that were making these rockets, these missiles. They realized after this, they had been bamboozled by this Nazi guy. And they had told everybody that this was that we were in the Cold War, this and that and other. And you know what JFK did? Because we actually make money on building this. And that we had put so much money into it and stuff like that. He couldn't come out and be like, hey, guys, guess what? Just a joke. So he went with it. And he kept going. And that's how the Cold War started. Even though they believed that it wasn't like it was. So, anyway, that's the Cold War conspiracy. What do you think about that, guys? Do you think it really was a Cold War? Or do you think that it was just a farce meant to, these guys got off. They didn't have to serve time or do anything for the Nazis. They were able to come over here and stuff like that. So, what do you think? Anyway, Ashley, what's your next one?
The government mind control. The CIA was testing LSD and other hallucinogenic drugs on American in a top secret experiment on behavior modification. It was known as the MK Ultra, and it was real. The CIA started using volunteers. The novelist Ken Casey was one notable subject, but the program heads soon began dousing people with their knowledge. Left many victims permanently mentally disabled. Don't miss these. They have other ones.
So how did they get their people? Did they say
volunteers?
So it was kind of like, oh shit, that's like the syphilis thing.
But yeah, that's what it was.
Like the syphilis thing, like back in the day, where they even got it was on African American men.
That was
they would
an
inject
army,
them.
Though. That wasn't.
But they got this African American woman to tell them, come on in, because they trusted her more and stuff like that. And that really did happen. That wasn't a conspiracy. Shit, we do worse things than conspiracies, y'all. But anyway, go on.
There's alien evidence in American Southwest.
Yeah,
E.T. is buried in the desert of New Mexico.
Yeah, man, that's Area 51.
This is real. The Atari video game, E.T., failed so miserably the company buried unsold cartridges in the desert landfill.
Wait a minute, man. You just took a left on me.
Yeah. The video game, not really an alien buried back there.
So is this facts or is this...
These are facts. These are all real conspiracies. Canada tried to develop gaydar. The Canada government was so paranoid about homosexuality, it developed a gaydar machine.
Honey, I tell you how that thing is ran. It's on glitter and sparkle.
We got to try to figure out they're gay. It's like, hey. Oh, shit.
Throw some sparkles down. See how it goes, man.
It really happened in the 1960s. The government hired... They're calling them.
They are. These conspiracy theories are
We're
hot.
talking about our gaydar.
Yeah.
It really happened in the 1960s. The government hired a university professor to develop a way to detect homosexuality in federal employees. He came up with a machine that measured pupil dilation in response to same-sex erotica imagery.
Oh, God, I could do that now.
The Canadian government used it to exclude or fire more than 400 men from civil service, the military, and the Mounties.
Listen, man, you got a little freaking. You don't mean you're gay. God damn it.
Well, back then you couldn't be gay or anything if you were in the military.
You know what? I'm disappointed. First of all, you give a bunch of men...
You can be queer, but you can't be here.
You give a bunch of men the name of Mountie, put them on horses, and they can't look at anybody lustfully.
Mustaches.
You know what? And then them tight breeches y'all used to put on them, the brown ones with the sacks on the side. I'm just saying.
That's for damn love handles.
Yeah.
Just to grab them.
Y'all were just a plethora of gayness back then. Didn't even know it. And then, could you imagine if you were a man and you went home and said, I got fired because I looking at the wee-wees. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying, sometimes you look at, like, sexual gay porn. And
I look at it all and get turned on, goddammit.
Yeah, it's just like sexual acts. Your body automatically responds. Like, I'm not gay. I like guys. And, I got choked up because I was thinking about something. Anyways,
yeah,
I like
the
guys.
Y's got stuck in her throat.
I do. I am not gay. So I went and I got my clit pierced. And they got to touch it. And, I was like,
oh, man. See, I didn't know this story. So let's just hold off on this. Yeah. I was on the other side of a curtain. I didn't know you were getting your jollies, man.
Why do you think she got a tip?
Oh, my Lord. Anyway, guys, we hope that you enjoyed this. Some stuff we want to talk about. Ashley, you want to pull a card to give people their cards of the day? If not, Ashley, I will pull a card. And you tell them about what we got coming up.
What we got coming up is we have an event this weekend that we are actually going.
We are going to it. But also, you know what? Before I get out of here, why don't I go on and we play the little commercial for the Southern Gypsies?
The Southern Gypsies are an eclectic group of beautiful women that share their talents with the world. From healers to tea leaf readers, to tarot card readers, to just over psychics and mediumship. The ladies' goals is to bring back the spiritualist movement in a way that everyone feels comfortable and can reach out to their loved ones. The services the Gypsies offer are gallery readings, seances, spiritualist investigation, one-on-one readings, assisting with paranormal investigations, and any of your spiritual needs and questions that you have. The Gypsies are here to help in any way they can, and their goal is to educate and assist anyone in need. Please feel free to contact the Gypsies on their Facebook or Instagram pages. You're never alone when you have the Southern Gypsies on your side, and just like in the South, we always make you feel at home.
That's a beautiful park. Hope you didn't do it all on my account. Alright, so I got it loading because I don't remember dates. I'm going to read it right off our Facebook where we're going. Where are we going? I know Iowa. We're going to Iowa this weekend.
And we're going to the schoolhouse.
God damn it. I want to say Villisca for everything.
No, it's Manila.
Is that Manila?
I think it's Manila.
We're going back to oh God, I'm sorry to say no.
We did go to the Manila schoolhouse. Ashley, we went to the Manila schoolhouse.
Ferrara, Iowa. Para-family fundraiser, August 10th. I don't know the time. That's where we're going to be.
Who's going to be there with us?
Oh, fuck, I just looked at her promotional thing. God damn it.
Yeah. It's going to be Coyote Chris is going to be there.
Oh, he's going to be there this weekend.
The Moon Spinner. Yeah.
Oh, man.
She's the one that's putting it on. Kelly's putting it on. Also, there's another gentleman I think that's going to be there. But we're going to be helping with the investigations, things like that. Come on out. It's going to be a good time, guys. Anyway.
Oh, that sounds fun. I don't even know. I live day to day, man. I don't even know what we do on the weekends.
Okay, actually, what I'm going to need you to do is put your hand over here and pick a card. This is your fate for the day, guys. We told you we have went down a rabbit hole of... What you got?
Don't tell him that one.
Oh, no, Ashley. Ashley's got a dark spirit. Let's go to the next one. The next one is the Hermit, guys. If today's troubles have got you really, really going, don't be surprised if you start to pull away. And this is quite all right, because people tend to do that. The Hermit tendencies are good, though. It lets you regroup inside your soul. You start looking at things, and... it's really, really a good time to take in everything around you, but kind of keep it to yourself, you know? Make sure that you do what you can for yourself. If you pull away from people, let them know, look, this is the time that, I'm kind of pulling away a little bit, to regroup. Get your things together. Don't feel bad about that. Just don't stay in your hermit tendencies forever, guys, because that can lead to depression. That can lead to bad things. You got to bring yourself out and you got to socialize.
Maybe that's hard for you. You've been in the back room for days.
I have. I'm coming out. Surprise! I'm busting out.
I didn't even need my gaydar for that one.
Throw some glitter down. I'm done, boys. All right. You have a great, great day, guys, and thank you so much for listening. And there will be numerous more paranormal parties we are sure of. Ain't that right, Ash?
Hopefully longer than 45 minutes.
That's
I might upgrade. All right. Bye.
Bye.